ADC shockwaves inside the opposition unity push and the Kwankwaso factor ahead of 2027. Something important is happening quietly in Nigerian politics, and many people are not paying attention yet. While the ruling party continues to manage power and defend its position, the opposition is slowly reorganizing itself behind the scenes. It is not noisy, it is not dramatic, but it is very serious. At the center of this growing movement is the African Democratic Congress, known as ADC. What looks like ordinary meeting today may become the foundation of a major political battle in 2027. And if Nigerians blink, they may miss how it all started. In recent weeks, ADC moved from the background into national political discussion. The party hosted a major opposition gathering that immediately changed how the people see it. This was not a casual visit or a cozy visit. It was a carefully planned show of unity. Big political names were present. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar attended. Former Senate President David Mark was also there. Other respected political figures from different regions joined as well. The message was very simple and deliberate. ADC wants to be the meeting point for opposition forces ahead of the next general election. For a long time, Nigeria's opposition has suffered from one major weakness, and that is division. Different parties compete against each other instead of the ruling party. Strong personalities refuse to compromise. Ambition often destroys strategy. This is one reason many Nigerians believe elections are already decided before voting day. ADC appears to understand this problem clearly. This is why its current focus is not on noise or insult, but on unity and structure. The opposition meeting hosted by ADC was designed to send a signal. It was meant to show seriousness, it was meant to show organization, and most importantly, it was meant to show readiness. The party is presenting itself not just as another opposition platform, but as a possible umbrella under which different political interests can come together. In Nigerian politics, such positioning is not accidental. Timing also matters. Although 2027 still feels far away, serious political planning in Nigeria begins early. Coalitions are discussed quietly. Trust is tested slowly. ADC's decision to start this conversation now suggests long-term planning. It also suggests that some major political players are no longer comfortable with the current political direction and are actively searching for alternatives. Just as public attention was settling on ADC's unity push, another development shook the political space. Reports emerged that Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, former Kano State Governor and leader of the NNPP movement, is considering joining forces with Atiku Abubakar and P2B under the ADC platform. This single report changed everything. Suddenly, ADC was no longer just hosting meetings, it was being discussed as a possible vehicle for a powerful opposition alliance. Kwankwaso is a major political force, especially in the north. He has loyalty base and a strong political identity and a disciplined movement. Any strong opposition strategy for 2027 must consider his influence. That is why reports of this possible alignment with ADC attracted massive attention. Even though no official confirmation has been made, the discussion alone shows how far ADC has come in such a short time. It is important to be clear and factual. Kwankwaso has not officially joined ADC. What is happening now is discussion, calculation, and political positioning. But in Nigerian politics, these early discussions are often the most important stages. Once they reach the public, it means they are no longer casual ideas. ADC leaders believe the country is entering a new political moment. They argue that the rising hardship, insecurity, and economic pressure have changed how Nigerians think about politics. According to them, 2027 will not be a normal election. Voters are angry, young people are impatient, many citizens feel ignored. ADC wants to tap into this mood, but with experience and structure rather than emotion alone. The presence of experienced figures like David Mark gives ADC a sense of stability. Mark represents institutional knowledge and political discipline. His involvement reassures older politicians who may fear uncertainty. At the same time, the possible involvement of P2B keeps younger voters and reform-minded Nigerians interested. This balance between experience and public enthusiasm is clearly intentional. However, ADC's growing visibility has also attracted criticism. Some ruling party figures have dismissed the opposition meetings as political drama. They argue that gatherings do not win elections. They say coalitions often collapse before election day. History supports this argument in some cases. Nigeria has seen many opposition alliances fail because of internal conflict. Internal challenges are real. Bringing strong personalities together is never easy. Atiku, Obi, and Kwankwaso all have supporters who believe their leaders deserve top position. Managing these expectations will be one of ADC's biggest tests if talks continue. Nigerian politics is full of examples where ambition destroyed unity. ADC will need patience, discipline, and compromise to avoid repeating that history. Regional balance is another major factor. Nigerian elections are not won by popularity alone. They are won by spread, structure, and turnout. ADC appears to understand this reality. That is why it is trying to present itself as a national platform, not a regional one. Its recent actions suggest a desire to build bridges across regions rather than deepen divisions. What cannot be ignored is perception. Politics is always about how people see you. By hosting opposition heavyweights and becoming the subject of national discussion, ADC has changed its public image. It is no longer seen as a small party on the sideline. It is now a party of serious political conversation. That shift alone is a victory. As talks continue, Nigerians should expect more speculation, more denial, more strategic silence, and more quiet meetings. This is how major political movements grow. They test reactions, they adjust plans, they move carefully. ADC is doing exactly that. In conclusion, my dear viewers, Nigeria may be witnessing the early stages of a major opposition alignment. ADC's unity push and the Kwankwaso consideration shows that 2027 will be competitive and unpredictable. The political map Nigerians are used to may not remain the same. Whether ADC becomes the final platform for opposition unity or simply a bridge to something bigger, its role is already significant. What makes this moment critical is that political momentum is built quietly, step by step. Every meeting, handshake, and public announcement we are seeing now is part of a larger strategy that will influence alliances, voters' behavior, and even legal challenges leading up to election. Leaders are calculating moves carefully, testing the reactions of supporters and opponents alike. The decision being made quietly today will shape the opinions Nigeria see tomorrow. Citizens, voters, and political observers cannot afford to ignore these developments. How ADC manages ambition, maintains unity, and mobilizes supporters across regions could determine whether this coalition becomes a credible alternative or simply another short-lived experiment. This is why paying attention now matters more than ever. Every announcement, every alignment, every shift in strategy over the coming months could change the course of 2027. What seems small today, a meeting, a declaration, a political rally, may become a defining moment in Nigeria's political history. Finally, before I go, my dear viewers, do you think ADC can truly unite the opposition ahead of 2027, or will ambition break it apart again? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to stay ahead of Nigerian politics before the headline breaks, kindly subscribe now, like this video, share it so you'll be notified whenever we drop an update. Thank you for watching. Stay calm, stay safe, and stay updated.